Imagine stepping onto a plane in 1954, ready for a routine flight to Brazil. But as the engines roar to life, time takes an inexplicable twist. When you touch down in 1989, you're left in stunned disbelief. What was supposed to be a few hours in the air has become a 35-year odyssey through the uncharted territories of time. This is no flight of fiction. It's a true tale of temporal intrigue that will leave you questioning the very fabric of reality. In the quiet evening of September 4th, 1954, a palpable sense of anticipation lingered in the air at Aachen Airport. Flight 513, operated by Santiago Airlines, stood ready for its long journey to Brazil, bound for Porto Alegre. On board were 88 passengers and a dedicated crew of 4, totaling 92 souls, each with their own dreams and destinations. As the engines roared to life and the plane taxied down the runway, it seemed like an ordinary flight embarking on an extraordinary adventure. But little did anyone know that this flight would defy the laws of time and physics, plunging into an inexplicable mystery that would baffle the world for decades to come. Just a few hours into the flight, the unimaginable occurred. Flight 513 vanished from existence. There were no distress calls, no debris, and eerily, nothing on the radar. It was as if the plane had slipped through the fabric of reality itself, leaving behind only bewildered ground control operators and distraught families. Fast forward to a sunny afternoon on October 12, 1989, more than 35 years later. Without any warning or radar detection, Flight 513 reappeared in the skies and descended smoothly onto the tarmac of an airport. A collective gasp echoed through the air as the world witnessed the impossible. The missing plane had returned. The question is, where had the plane been all this time? Security teams rushed to the site, hoping to uncover answers to this baffling enigma. What they discovered inside was beyond belief. The plane's interior was frozen in time, with 92 skeletons occupying their seats, frozen expressions of shock and fear on their faces. Intriguingly, the cockpit held the most astonishing revelation. Seated in the captain's chair was a human skeleton, its bony fingers still clutching the plane's steering controls. Who had guided the aircraft through the unfathomable depths of time? Theories abounded, but the most compelling was the wormhole theory. Perhaps Flight 513 had entered a rift in the space-time continuum, hurtling through time itself. This theory found resonance in the pages of Einstein's groundbreaking work on general relativity, where he postulated the existence of black holes, gravitational voids that could devour anything in their path. It wasn't until 2019 that NASA captured the first real image of a black hole, validating Einstein's predictions and reigniting the intrigue surrounding Flight 513. Controversy brewed between skeptics who dismissed the entire incident and believers who sensed something profoundly paranormal at play. As amateur sleuths and scientists alike attempted to unravel the riddle of Flight 513, the question remained: who had piloted the plane through this temporal odyssey? The world watched with bated breath, waiting for the next chapter in this enigmatic saga, eager to uncover the secrets that lay hidden in the folds of time.
You believe in time travel? At 11:25 p.m. on June 15, 1950, visitors in Times Square, New York, noticed a peculiar man around 30 years old, dressed in an odd outfit believed to be popular during the reign of Queen Victoria nearly 100 years prior. He seemed extremely confused, like a lost person, constantly staring at the bustling cars passing by. Suddenly, a large car rushed towards him, causing his immediate death. Upon examination, investigators found a series of unusual and bizarre items on this man, including a letter sent to Philadelphia in 1876, 70 old dollars that had been discontinued, and a personal business card with the name Rudolph Fentz. The most puzzling thing was that all these items were very new and showed no signs of decay, even though they were at least 80 years old. After searching through missing persons records, the police finally found the daughter of Rudolph Fentz, who was then 80 years old. She recounted that in 1876, her father, then only 29 years old, mysteriously disappeared while on his way to mail a letter. Afterwards, all investigators were stunned into silence upon learning that every description from age and appearance to clothing of her father completely matched with that peculiar man.
I am here at Bank of America. It's 2025, 4 years after I posted this video. I'm about to show you something remarkable that's going to blow your mind. A famous TikToker, because of TikTok, became famous enough to get picked up by Bank of America to do some modeling for them. No other than Chunky's dad. Okay? I'm not making this stuff up. Congratulations.
This is known as the most convincing case of time travel in the whole of history. Sergei Ponomarenko was a guy who literally appeared out of nowhere in Kiev in 2006. So he arrived wearing really outdated clothes and had a camera that looked very old. He claimed that he was walking down the street with his girlfriend when a blinding light appeared and transported him to 2006. After conducting an investigation, the police told him that he had to show some kind of proof that he was from that era. He then suggested they look at the photos in his camera. There was an undeveloped film in the device. When they developed it, it revealed photos of a girl that seemed to date back to the 1950s in Kiev. So, there are two options. Either this guy had a camera from the 1950s at 25 years old, and he knew the contents of the undeveloped photos. There were also photos of him on the device. So they asked, "Okay, who is this girl in the pictures?" He replied, "That's my girlfriend." They then asked for her name to look her up, but it was at that moment that the police were stunned. He literally...
From the year 2045. In this video, you can see flying cars, and you can see the many cities in which the people live in the future. Most of humanity lives in these mega cities, these gigantic cities that you can barely comprehend exist in the future. They take up most of Earth, and people live within them. Overpopulation is an issue in the future. There are too many people. We're sending something to Mars, but now we're going to start uploading our brains to computers. You, the people, deserve to know. Thank you for listening to me. I have to leave. Thank you. Thank you.
Warning, this man is a real-time traveler from 2099. This is some of the craziest things he has told me about the future. Donald Trump will get elected president in 2024, beating Kamala Harris by 67%. Massive storms known as world breakers will happen all over the planet, caused by global warming. Alien creatures will visit Earth in 2029 known as the Xenu, causing global panic. WW3 will break out between humanity and the Xenu. There will be no winners.
Stephen Curry? Your dad played in the NBA? I bet you want to be just like him. I came back to tell you something. You'll practice hard, and you will be. And in 10 years, I'll be with my dad, and we'll be watching you. When we come to see
In March 2003, the FBI arrested a 44-year-old man called Andrew Carlson upon suspicion for insider stock trading. In just 2 weeks, he turned an $800 investment into $350 million. Carlson shockingly gave the FBI a full 4-hour confession. His 126 high-risk trades had paid off because Andrew Carlson claimed he was a time traveler 250 years in the future. Convinced he had inside sources, he was told, "You're going to sit in a jail cell on Rikers Island until you give up your accomplices." But Carlson never gave up his sources and as a plea bargain offered to tell authorities the whereabouts of Osama bin Laden and a cure for AIDS. Strangely, the FBI could find no records of Carlsen's existence before December 2002, a mere 3 months before they picked him up. More puzzlingly, an unidentified benefactor posted his $1 million bail on the 3rd of April. Carlsen was due in court for a bail hearing but disappeared and has never been seen again.
Wait, do you know that this plane disappeared and landed 37 years later? But the surprise is not here. The actual surprise was when the plane landed again. The plane took off from New York in 1955 with 57 passengers on board, and it was supposed to go to Florida to Miami. It was a common flight for everyone in the plane until something happened and changed their lives forever. Suddenly, the plane disappeared from the radars, and no one in the control room managed to contact the pilot. It was almost just like the plane has been stolen or crashed in the ocean. After that, the case been closed till the day 21 of May, 1992, when the air traffic controller located in Venezuela saw the plane landing in their airport. Then suddenly they get a call from the plane pilot screaming, "Where are we?" The pilot then gave them all the informations of the flight, and they realized that it was the plane that was supposed to land 37 years ago. But the strange thing is that no one of the passengers have aged. Imagine you were on that plane, but your only way to escape is to get a comment with 0 likes. It might seem easy, but only the chosen one can do it. Returning to the story, I have a secret footage of the plane, but I can't post it here on TikTok, so I have linked it so you can watch it by clicking on the right arrow below. Click on More and choose Photos.